closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Baker going to throw this right away. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody covered. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? They were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Well, this defense for the Lions, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Lions are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they prove their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful. And that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this is most definitely the guy you want running the football when you need the tough yards on 3rd down. And he moves the chains and then some as he shakes off that first contact. And as they said in the 70s, he just keeps right on trucking.
Goff on 1st down.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. The Lions at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory. Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Throwing on third. Goff.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
First down, Mayfield.
That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6.
Now Mayfield.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Lions are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And they are winners of 2 straight games as they have climbed back to 500 now in the season.
And you and I both know that this can be a tough team to figure out sometimes, because I remember a few weeks ago you and I having a conversation where we both thought that this was a season that could get away from them pretty quickly. Obviously not.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Now it's gone.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath.
And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit.
Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he's got it to about the 40.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Slot man moves right.
Once again, it's Mostert.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. And able to find Gesicki as tight end.
And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Mayfield on play action. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Mayfield looks to throw, and he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the connection, but not enough. 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
They'll go for it. This is Wilson.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Jeff Wilson, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Dolphins post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
From the 6.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp. and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now gone. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the 38, Goff. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Goff throwing again. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And this returnable for Hill. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Dolphins going to burn the 1st of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Mayfield.
He'll swing this out wide to Gaskin.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25.
Aiden Hutchinson
in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be Lions football to start the 2nd half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining 1st half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
Swift split carries down the middle with Jamal Williams in 2021, but he's one of Detroit's busiest players in the passing game. He caught 62 passes, 2nd on the team, and 4th among NFL running backs. His showing could convince the Lions to make him.
He's got a man, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 39 yards there, a big one.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw, Goff. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Add this game to the last one, and they move the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And they'll send Williams in motion right. Goff on 3rd down. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Swift will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll run it with Williams. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Badgley able to punch this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. They'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
A great job there, and that old cliche, taking where the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in?
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing, Mayfield.
Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Dolphins look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
On 2nd and 10, Goff. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Goff now to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete.
And he's going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Goff a handoff here to Swift.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43. To throw is Goff. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 30 yards there, and of course the first down as well. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. Dancing to his left. Touchdown!
Jamison Williams.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Lions have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
From the end zone, here's Pringle.
And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. We'll leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. Here in the 4th quarter, defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, and maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Mayfield to throw it. And going deep for Hill. That's caught inside the 20.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Mayfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. The 40. The 30. 10. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
anytime
right.
we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it.
From the end zone, here's Pringle. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Mayfield. Connecting with Hill.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here's Baker. He's got it complete to Waddle.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. And the spike comes now with just under 40 ticks left. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Mayfield.
He's got a man, complete. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Now Mayfield.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run straight ahead with Wilson. A strong running. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Mayfield to throw. Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked up by Chase Lucas. And the Lions have just about sewn up this football game. Just when you thought this game might be turned on its ear, a late interception pretty much going to seal the deal.
Yeah, boy, talk about having your backs to the wall. This defense, they look like they were in danger of surrendering this lead, but they knew they needed that one play, and they got it right there, partner.
And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line.
Jalen Phillips, the edge man on the tackle. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense